Hello people, this is Aryan from Code Grind and I'm back after roughly 9 to 10 months with this video. Let's be honest, I got a bit demotivated after I didn't get that amount of subscribers and receivers which I expected I would get. But throughout this course of 9 months, the subscriber amount and the views kept on increasing in my channel, and that's what kept me motivated. Also, your comments in my videos of that your videos are good, please keep making them, is the reason why I'm here today, creating this video again and starting my channel again after 9 months. So in this video, I'll be creating a drawing app using vanilla JavaScript, and the idea of it, I got it from one of the comments I received in my last video. So here I have created this drawing app. My main motive behind creating this app is not so that you can showcase this to someone, and to be honest, this is not that big of a deal to create this app, but my main aim behind this is to teach you the basics of JavaScript, the basic logic ability behind how JavaScript works, and how you can use these skills and get started with HTML canvas to create big projects, and that is what will help you. So here is this app. We have got 8 different colors. We have got two tools, this pencil and the eraser, and the clear canvas button. So let's start with creating anything. So you can go on scribble here, change color. Oops. Yeah. So blue, brown, black, orange, anything you want. And you can use the eraser to rub it all and the clear button to clear it all. So this is what we'll be creating in today's video. So let's get straight into it. So let's start with the HTML part at first. Here's the basic HTML template. We create a drawing app using JavaScript. Yeah. So now in the HTML part, we'll need to have a canvas. We'll need the sidebar for colors, and we'll need the sidebar for tools. So we'll have a canvas with the ID of canvas. And the purpose for this, you'll get to know when we come to the JavaScript part. Then we'll have a sidebar, and the sidebar will contain two different things. The first one will be our colors. You might get confused with OURS, but in here in India we have the spelling of colors as COLOURS. We follow the UK English. You can go with anything you want. Then we'll have different colors over here. So color, let's say into 8. So we'll have div with 8 different colors, and let's say we want this to be of color red. Okay, and we'll give it a style of background color red. So like this, we'll create our 8 different colors. I like teal color a lot. So yeah, so we have got all of these 8 colors. Now the sidebar for colors part has done. Now we'll go with tools. So inside the tools, we'll have 3 different tools as I showed you. The first one will be the pencil one. So the name of the tool, oops, they should be inside double quotes. Yeah. Then we'll have our eraser, and then we'll have, let's first have clear here and then eraser here. Okay, now inside the pencil we need the icon of pencil. So for that we'll be using font awesome. So the font awesome code is this. I hope you are familiar with what is font awesome, and to use the icons of font awesome I'll also have to link the font awesome file. So I'll copy this code and paste it over here just before the closing of body tag. Yeah, and also for the eraser I'll have to put the code. So what is the code for eraser? It's FA eraser. Okay, and also for this trash, so you can also go visit Font Awesome website and see what icons you can use. Let me show you here. So you see, this is the Font Awesome website. You need to link a CDN file like I did over here. I can give you this code in the description, and you can copy it from there as well, or you can visit the website and copy the code from here. And here you get different kinds of icons. There are a total of how many icons? 1608 icons, free icons which you can use, and you can go for more icons in the paid version. So Yeah, you see we have got these three icons and the space is empty for the color divs. Now we need to provide it with some styling before we can see any major changes, otherwise it looks like trash, believe me. So let's go to the styling part. Before that we also need to link this CSS file in this HTML, so here I'll go do that. So index.css. Now starting with the CSS, the first and the foremost thing which you need to do whenever you start working with CSS in any of your projects is select everything using the asterisk selector, set the margin as 0, set the padding as 0, box sizing as border box. And additionally in this project we'll need overflow as hidden so that we don't get any scroll bars. We don't need it for this drawing app, but this is necessary for all of your other apps. These three you should be doing. This provides with a master reset. Okay, now to the body we'll give it a position of relative. We'll select our sidebar, give it a position fixed so that it stays on top left corner, top of 1em and left of 1em. Yeah, now let's see. So you see the the sidebar has tagged over here. Now inside the sidebar we'll select our colors and tools. We'll give them a display of grid so that they remain in that grid of 2 by 2 columns. So grid template columns, repeat 2 comma 1. Yeah, so you see they are now repeated in 2 columns. Now we need to provide styling to these colors. Yeah, so we have already set their background color to something, but still it is not visible, and that is the reason behind that is because we haven't set any height or width to that div, so therefore they are not visible yet. Now we will select each and every color and give it a height of 30 pixel and width of 30 pixels as well. We'll also give it to the tool. Yeah, so height of 30 pixel and width of 30 pixel. Also to make them look clickable, we'll give them a cursor of pointer. Let's see. Yeah, so you can see everything is visible now. And now let's go with some basic styling like tools, margin top. Yeah, now we'll select our tool and we'll give that some styling as well. So let's see, background color of white, font size of 0.9 rem, border 1 pixel solid black. So but still they are stuck to the top left corner. We want these icons to be in the center. So to give that styling of aligning anything to the center of a div, you just need 2 lines. First is display grid, place items, center. I already have a video on 3 different ways how you can align anything to the center of a div. I'll give a link to it. You can go watch it. And depending upon your necessity, you can use any of those 3 methods. So yeah, that is basically it. So yeah, we are sorted with the HTML and CSS part. Now let's jump to the major thing, which is the JavaScript part and the most important one for this project. Okay, so let's start with the JavaScript part. Here, just before the closing of the body tag, we'll select our canvas using the document.query selector. You can also use jQuery here. Okay, and now we'll get the context of the canvas. We need to get the 2D context because we are working with a drawing app. We don't need 3D, which will just get the 2D context and store it inside a variable. So actually it's not a variable, it's a constant. So we'll store the context in a constant. So canvas dot get context. This is a specific canvas function, the get context, and now after this the ctx constant will have the 2D context of the canvas. Now we'll need to resize the canvas width and height according to the height and width of the window. So we'll create a function resize, and in here we'll set the ctx dot canvas dot width is equal to window dot inner width, and the same thing we'll also do it with the height of the window and the height of the canvas. Okay, so here height and here as well. So this will set the canvas width and height to the height and width of the window. And now we'll need to run this function again and again whenever the window is resized or whenever the window is loaded. So here window dot add event listener, load. Will simply run this function. Okay, and also when the window is resized, so window.add event listener resize. Okay, so this is it for the setting the canvas width and height. Right now we haven't made any visible changes, so you won't be able to see anything, but believe me, we have done a very major part of this project till now. Now let's start with defining some basic variables. So we'll start with defining some coordinates. So we'll have x and y coordinates. So we'll set the x coordinate as 0 and the y coordinate as 0 initially. We have stored them in an object with x and y as properties. Now we'll define the line width as 5. So line width is basically the width of the stroke of the pencil. 5, I found it to be a very pretty decent width, so you can also change the default width to anything you want. We'll have color. Initially I want the color to be black. Also we need to set a parameter, paint is equal to false. So initially the painting process will be false, and it will only be set to true whenever we click on the mouse, and whenever we release the mouse it will again be set to false, so that we don't get any unwanted scribbles on the canvas. So these are all the default things which we need to set. Now let's start with start painting and stop painting functions. So now what we'll do is we'll add an event listener to the window. So whenever the mouse is down, so mouse down, we'll start painting. We'll create a function start painting, and whenever the mouse is up, we'll stop painting. So we'll create these two functions again, and also whenever the mouse is moving, we'll create a function sketch which will draw the lines. So mouse move, and we'll create a function sketch. So this is it for this part. We are sorted for this. Now we need to start creating the start painting, stop painting, and the sketch functions. So let's do that here. So cons start painting, and the first thing which we need to do before starting with the painting is let paint is equal to true. So this will set the parameter again. This will set the parameter paint to be true, and now we need to get the position of the cursor. Okay, so this is a function which I haven't created yet. I will create it now. So const get position. Okay, so in the get position, what we need to do is we'll select set the coordinate to the position of the mouse. So coordinate dot x is equal to e dot client x. I'll tell you what I'm doing over here, minus canvas dot offset left, and same we'll do with the y coordinate. Okay, so here we are done with this. Start painting will pass an event over here as well. Okay, do we need anything else? No, I don't think so. And also I will tell you what this get position function does, but first let's also define the stop painting function, which does basically nothing but sets the parameter paint to be false. Yes, that's it. Now in this get position, the start for painting function is run only when the mouse is down. So now this will pass the event to here start painting. Let's say if I console log this event over here, you will get the idea. So here when I click on inspect, you see now whenever I put my mouse down, a mouse event is console logged, and in here we get this client X and client Y. So these are the position of the cursor. Client X means the position from the left, and client Y means the position from the top. So this is what we are using over here to get the coordinates of the canvas. The client X is the position of the cursor from the left of the window, but we need it from the left of the canvas. So therefore we also subtract the canvas dot offset left. This is how we get the coordinates of the mouse in respect to the canvas. whenever we start painting. So this event is of mouse down, which gets passed from here to this function, and this then from this function to get position function, and then from here to here, and here we are able to use it. So this is how parameter passing, the argument passing works. So we are done with start painting, stop painting, get position, and now we need to go to the sketch function, which is the most important part. Without this, you won't be able to see any scribbling in the screen. Okay, now the sketch function will only run, only and only it will run if the paint variable is set to true. So if paint, okay, so whenever it will be true, then only this will run. Now the first thing is to set the context to begin path. So this is a predefined canvas function. This will begin the path of the scribbling, whatever we are going to do. And now we need to set the line width to the line width here. Yeah, so this will set the line width to whatever line width we have decided over here. By default, we want it to be 5. We'll create different functions so that when we create on any of these colors, this color will also change. We'll do that later, but for now we'll also go and set the line cap to be round. Now what is this line cap? I'll tell it to you later. We'll also set the stroke style. So the stroke style is nothing but the color, and we have also defined a variable over here. Let's actually move them down here. Yeah. So the by default color is black, which we have selected. Now when I go here, still I don't see any drawing or scribbling anything. Why is that? The reason behind that is we need to draw a line. So whenever the mouse is moving, we need to keep on changing the coordinates so that a line is being drawn for every coordinate over there. So what we'll do is context dot move to coordinate dot x comma coordinate dot y. Okay, so now still we don't get anything. Now we need to get the position again. So for that we need an event over here as well, and again dot line 2. First I'll write the code and then I'll explain to you how this works. Okay, still we are not able to see. That's because we missed the line over here. This is what will define the stroke. Still there is an error. Let's see what is the error. Okay, so here is the error. I missed out a D here. Yeah, now let's see. Still there is some error. Okay, here, so we have already defined this lead paint. We shouldn't be defining it again. Now let's see. I hope we don't get an error. Yeah. So you see we are able to draw anything over here. Now we need to define these functions to change colors and to get the eraser and clear this canvas. Now let's understand what these move to and line to functions are doing. Okay, so now whenever we first click on the canvas, this move to function will get the coordinates and set the initial point of drawing to those coordinates. Now as we move to the next coordinate, we'll get the new positions using this, and we will draw this line from the initial coordinate to the moved coordinate, and then we will define the stroke. And this process will keep on going until we release the mouse, and then we stop painting and the painting is set to false. Until unless we release the mouse, this process will keep on going and going. And so for every consecutive points we draw, the move to function will run, and for the next point the line to function will run, and the stroke will be defined between those 2 points. So this is how the canvas will work. If you still didn't get it, then rewatch this segment of the video where I explained it. And still if you don't get it, then you can always comment down below and I'll be there to clear the queries. And you can also watch some get a basic idea of canvas, how it works, so that will also help you. And now about this line cap is equal to round. So you see here over here the line cap, which is this part of the line, is rounded in shape, and this is what the line cap does. You can also read about different types of line caps and use them however you want. Now let's go to this part where whenever we click on any of these colors, the color of the line changes, and also to create different functions for these tools. So here we'll select every color. So const colors is equal to document dot query selector all. We'll select all the colors over here. Now for each color we'll run a function. Okay, now whenever any color is clicked on, color dot add event listener click, what we need to do is we just need to change this color value to whatever the color is. So we'll go color is equal to, okay, actually we cannot use this color, I guess. Yeah, we cannot use color over here also because we have already defined a variable with this name. So let's change this to single color. Yeah, so now whenever a single color is clicked on, we will change the color variable to this attribute. As you might remember, we have given an attribute of color to every div also. So single color dot get attribute of color. Now I guess this is it, and let's see if this works. So black is the default color, we click on red and the color has now changed. So that is for colors. Now let's go on to the tools part. So tools is equal to document.query selector all. Now whenever any color tool is being clicked on, we need to run a function. So for each tool, now we'll run a switch case. In switch case, depending upon what is the tool, we'll run the code. So tool dot add event listener click. Now we need to know what tool it is. So here we have given every tool an attribute of tools. To define whatever tool it is, we will store that over here. So we will switch tool dot get attribute tool. So now let's say if the tool is pencil. So in the case of pencil, what we need to do is we need to set the line width to be 5 and the color to be black, and then break. Yeah, so that is what we need to do for pencil. That's it. In case of clear, it is also simple. What we need to do is just run a function of context dot clear rectangle. So this will clear the rectangle, which is the 2D rectangle, which is nothing but the canvas 0,0 and canvas dot width, canvas dot height. So these are all the 4 corners. So from 0 to canvas dot width to canvas dot height, this will delete everything. Actually, not the 4 corners. These are the first coordinates, and from there to the end point, it will clear everything. Break. And after clearing, we also need to set the line width to 5 again, default, and color to black. Yeah, and the last tool now is eraser. So for eraser, we don't need to do anything. It is very simple. You might think it is difficult, but it is very simple actually. We just need to set the line width to, let's say, 20 or whatever width of eraser you want, and the color to white. So that's it. Now break, and in a default case, we also need to define a default case whenever we use switch case. Align width of 5 and color of black. So yeah, that is it. Now we are done with every part of this. You see, we can change the color, we can go to any color we want, we can use the eraser to, oh, this eraser is not working, neither is this. So let's see, we might have committed an error. Okay, so I see the error. I missed a dot over here, and that's it. So now we can draw, we can use any color we want, we can use the eraser to erase anything, we can use the clear one to clear, and then we can go on drawing again. So that is how you can create a drawing app using JavaScript. That is as simple as that. You can skip to any part of the video if you didn't get it. You can comment down your queries and I'll be there to help you out. Now, if you like the video, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more such amazing videos on vanilla JavaScript and CSS, and also some FAQs. So thank you for watching.